Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. You are listening to the Daly Dose Sports Podcast, and I am your host, Clint Daly, coming to you from the Mile High City here in Denver, Colorado, and we are back for another week of talking sports with a dose of common sense. Hey, happy Wednesday to you. Hope your week is off to a strong start. Hope your week is going well. Hey, you are already halfway to another weekend. The weeks are just flying by right now, but happy Wednesday to you. I hope that you and your family and your friends are all staying strong and you are all staying healthy right now. And you know, we have so many things to get to today that we need to just jump in right away. And we need to jump into those NBA Finals because the Miami Heat managed to tie the series up with my Denver Nuggets by stealing Game 2 on Sunday night, 111-108 here in Denver. And I realize that this isn't the marquee matchup that the NBA was hoping for. Let's all be very, very clear. We all know they wanted Lakers versus Celtics in the NBA Finals. What they ended up getting was Nuggets versus Heat. And the Nuggets won Game 1 pretty easily, 104-93, in a game that the Heat did not shoot the ball very well. And the Nuggets kind of cruised, even though I didn't actually think they played that well. But things changed dramatically in Game 2. The Heat decided they were going to play some zone against Nuggets big man Nikola Jokic. They allowed him to score more points. He finished with 41 points in the game, but he finished with just 4 assists on the night. And that to me is when he is the most dangerous, when he is distributing, when he is finding open players, cutting to the basket, open shooters around the perimeter. So have the Heat solved the series with that move? No, I don't think so. Because think about this in Game 2. Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope combined to go just 10 of 27 in Game 2. Now, if those shots fall, just a few more of those shots fall, it's a very different outcome. And we're talking about, was this going to be a sweep? Still, the Nuggets had a shot to win the game at the buzzer. But Jamal Murray's shot rimmed out, and the Heat escape with a Game 2 victory, and they even up the series. Now, after the game, a lot of the NBA media was saying that the Nuggets should have burned a timeout. They should have drew up a play for the final shot. Why didn't head coach Mike Malone use that final timeout? He could have got a better look than what Jamal Murray got with that kind of step back three that he took at the buzzer. I mean, personally, I thought the last shot was a pretty good look. I'm not sure Mike Malone is the guy that's going to draw up anything better than what they got. So I was okay with that. But what I was worried about was the Heat saying, okay, we're up 3, just foul them. They can shoot 2 free throws and we'll still win. As long as we get a rebound, we're going to be fine. So I had no problem with no timeout taken at the end of the game. I had a way bigger problem with the Nuggets' poor defensive effort in Game 2. The Nuggets allowed 111 points, and the Heat shot 20 free throws in that game. That's way too many. If the Nuggets are going to win the NBA Finals, they have to get better on their defensive rotations. And so many times, I hate to say, but that's effort. That's not pouting. That's working really, really hard. Remember this, when you're facing good teams, you can help on a dribble penetration. That's not the hard part, though. Stepping over to help, getting feet in the paint or whatever it might be to stop that dribble penetration, that's pretty easy. The hard part is when that dribbler kicks the ball and now I've got to sprint and fly at that shooter. And right now the Nuggets aren't doing that very well. Helping isn't that hard. Recovering is hard, especially if it's 1 or 2 or 3 quick rotations. That's when a lot of times you see a defense start to fall apart. And that's what we saw from the Nuggets in Game 2. Not only do we need to see them help and recover, we need to see them do it without fouling, and that is something the Nuggets definitely struggled with in Game 2. Oh, and if a couple of guys would maybe step up and knock down a couple shots, yeah, that would be just fine as well. Game 3 is tonight in Miami, and I will say this. I'm still feeling positive about the Nuggets winning this series, and I'll tell you why. I do think the Nuggets are the more talented team, but talent doesn't always win. Hustle, hard work, execution, intelligence, those can outweigh talent. And in game 2, we saw that. But I'll give you another reason that I think the Nuggets can still win this. ESPN so-called expert Kendrick Perkins, he picked the Miami Heat to win this series. And that idiot never gets anything right. Hey, before we jump in today, just want to remind you to make sure you're going by DailyDoseSports.com every single week and checking out the new things going up there every week. You know, I actually posted an article on Tuesday talking about what the Nuggets do need to do in order to get a little bit better in this series. Couple of finer points you might want to stop by there and check out. But, you know, we also have links to the podcast. We have links to the YouTube video. We have links to the Daly Dose gear. If you're on the market for a new t-shirt, maybe you need a new sweatshirt, a new hoodie, stop by DailyDoseSports.com and you will find exactly what it is that you need right there. Okay, YouTube, make sure you go over and you do check out the rest of the podcast because this week on The Dose, we have some more NBA news to talk. We have a few more stories we want to get to. But then, I know it's kind of early summer, but we're actually fast forwarding a little bit. We're taking a look at the NFL season coming, and we are looking at the teams that have done the best in this offseason and the teams that maybe haven't done so good in this offseason. Who has improved their team the most? Who has taken a step back? Plus, we do have a Daly Dose Top 5 for you today as well. And we are looking at a little bit of NBA history. And we saw some NBA history being made this year. Going to be taking a look at a few other teams that could make NBA history maybe sometime soon. So make sure you go over and you check out the full podcast. I will leave a link here in the comments on YouTube for you. Hope you all are doing well. Have a great week.